Tuesday the 28th of March 2023. A very warm welcome to the channel. My name is James and this is Buzz Buzz Buzz. What's happening in China? As the headline suggests, heavy rain. The floods have already started and they say this is 8 days before the normal flood season. It's strange that they can actually say 8 days. According to China Daily, the report states like this. Now, before we just do that, I apologize. I'm going to show you the forecast of the coming days and I'm going to move the mouse around a little bit so you can see how many millimeters. I apologize, it is in millimeters and not in centimeters or inches, but that's how it is in China. And then we're going to go and see some of the actual video footage of some of the floods already for March 2023 in the southern part of China. The Ministry of Water Resources has urged local authorities in southern parts of the country to take preventative measures against heavy rains as annual floods season has begun short with local downpours. Warnings were issued on Friday following heavy rainfall that began on Tuesday. About 370 square kilometres of the south already experienced more than 50 millimetres of rain for 3 days, the ministry said in a media release on Friday, adding that the largest single amount of rain was 194 millimetres. Forecasts indicate that the country will suffer from frequent flooding and droughts this year, with some regions experiencing more severe instances compared to normal. The Ministry of Water Resources also quoted the area between the Yangtze and Huai rivers in the region of the south of the Yangtze may also suffer from periodic drought. The ministry called for increased measures to guard against flooding in small rivers and mountainous areas and for enhancing flood control in small and medium-sized reservoirs. Local authorities should provide faster forecasts and early warnings and run more simulations as well as draft emergency contingency plans to ensure the safety of lives and property. Starting on Friday, the ministry will arrange for officials to remain on duty around the clock, the release said, adding that the river basin management authorities and local water resource departments should adopt a flood controlling footing. The area issued by the National Meteorological Authority for the severe convective weather, which refers to sudden and destructive weather that includes thunderstorms, hail, gains, and heavy downpours, suggests a difficult flood control situation this season. Size in the small and sometimes only covering 10 kilometers, severe convective weather events can produce intense precipitation. They say when it rains, it pours, and it certainly does in China. And that's a pretty damning report from China Daily. This is not from Western media, China Daily. But here's the thing. China claims to be a high-tech country with all this technology, but they can't stop simple rain. So you just wonder, is it high-tech, or is it just copied, or they just don't know how to use it? We don't know that. That's just speculation and maybe me being a little bit impolite, for example. But here are some images of the rains over the last coming days or the last days in the southern part of China. We hope and pray that the citizens involved in this unfortunate thing which happens every year do remain safe, and we hope that the local authorities do announce that the rain is coming and they can get the people out in time. It's the same every single year. They do absolutely nothing to prevent these floods. They just say it's going to happen now. When they've had a whole year to get ready, they do nothing. It's the same. And are these dams, because we see every year a dam or two collapse in China, good enough to cope with them? They know the rain is going to come, but nothing gets done at all. As always in this channel, we will keep an eye on these things, and we will look at the increase of the water level, especially on the Yangtze and the Three Gorges Dam, and see what happens this year. Obviously, we hope and pray nothing is going to happen and people can continue their lives. We hope that the local authorities will promise, because to get the citizens out before the flood actually happens. Usually they don't, because if they tell them, then they got to pay the compensation. If they don't tell them, they don't have to pay the compensation. And as Mao said, if there was any kind of war or any kind of situation with such a large population, it's easy for them to lose 300 million people but still be 1 million strong, which is a completely mad way of thinking. Every citizen in every country is important, regardless of their status. My name is James. This is Buzz Buzz Buzz. Please, if you do want to, subscribe, like, and even consider to financially support this channel. Everything really helps. Have an epic day and stay dry. Bye-bye.